Welcome back to Free Media. I'm Robby Soave.
And I'm Amber Duke. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is endorsing Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani for New York City mayor after all. Like several other prominent Dems, the incumbent governor had been reluctant to back him, but in a New York Times op-ed, she announced that she was finally getting on board.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Democratic socialism across the country. I think it's weird that they were so reluctant, kind of, to say that to not endorse him. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries have been reluctant. He's going to win, and he's popular in New York, and I think his policies are terrible, but I think at some point, maybe this is uncomfortable for Democratic leadership. They just need to contend that this is what the base of the Democratic Party wants. What they want is bad, but it's what they want.
It is kind of interesting that the Democrats typically are so in lockstep, right? Like they are party over everything else, except on the Israel issue, apparently, because I think that's why Schumer and Jeffries have been holding back, as they view some of Mamdani's comments about Israel to be distasteful or even anti-Semitic. But Hochul, doesn't she hate Andrew Cuomo? I mean,
she hates Andrew Cuomo, but I guess she's more uncomfortable with socialism than. I mean, this is a difficult choice.
Yeah,
I hate Andrew Cuomo and I hate socialism. So
I know.
I'm glad to not live in New York.
One of the things I found funny from her op-ed was she was asserting that Mamdani is going to make New York City safer. I was like, in what world is that possible? Like, he has advocated for defunding the police.
He hasn't said anything about defunding the police in 4 years.
Yeah,
I'm sure he doesn't believe that anymore.
He just wants to rewrite the New York City criminal code to make all violent crimes misdemeanors effectively. It's just like, what are we doing here?
Government-run grocery stores. That's
brilliant. Free buses. I know you love free stuff, Robby.
I love free stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if it's free, it's free. No, that means no one pays for it.
That's right.
Isn't that how free
it's
stuff
amazing.
Works? But I do take from having conversations with left people, as we do in our various media projects, I do kind of understand. The left's perspective is the Democrats just they take advantage of us, and they never give, because they're not as left as we want them to be, particularly on the issues we care about, like economic stuff and Israel. Like, they don't care that the Democratic Party is far left on cultural issues, but they don't care about that. They want them to be left on everything else. And we have Bernie Sanders, who probably would have won in 2016, or might have won, would have done better than Hillary Clinton. And how many more times can you try everything but our guy? Here we have our guys in New York City, which is an easy win, and you still won't get on board with him. I kind of understand their frustration.
I do too, and I mean, I'm sure they're taking cues from the 2016 election on the Republican side too, because in many ways the GOP base, of course, with Trump, were able to really fundamentally transform the Republican Party. In some ways that went further to the right, and in other ways that were a little bit more moderate. But repeatedly Republicans said, well, Trump can't win, Trump can't win, Trump. And he did. He won. In fact, he won twice and is one of the most popular Republicans to ever exist. Yeah. So
further to the right on immigration, more restrictionist, but more moderate on entitlements.
And abortion.
The exact package of policies I don't want, but oh well, it's made them politically successful.
Yeah, and look, I think they see that and they're like, the Republicans finally blew up the system and tried it, and it worked. Yeah. So, why can't we do it?
Democrats love systems. They love it.
They love the racist systems.
Yeah. So they have to work out whether they're gonna go in a more, as a national party, a more far left direction, or a more center left direction. And actually, the Mamdani race, that's not at stake, because they could just say, well, in New York, it's Mamdani because he's going to win, and he won the primary, and New York is far left, so they get somebody far left,
and he can't run for president. So I do think it's funny how the options on the Democratic Party right now are far left or just left, because if you look at Gavin Newsom, who's supposedly now trying to shape up as the moderate candidate, he
temperamentally moderate, but still a California
but all of his policies
governor.
Are incredibly left-wing. And then even Andy Beshear in Kentucky, who's your folksy white guy, he was in contention to be Kamala's running mate before Tim Walz. Is extremely socially left. I mean, he vetoed a bill from the state legislature that would have banned transgender surgeries and hormones for children with gender dysphoria. So, I mean, the idea that he's centrist is also kind of silly to me. So I actually think the Republican moderates are more moderate than the Democratic moderates at this point.
Well, that's what Republican commentators always say. Get him out of the party. Yeah, we'll see if someone like, Josh Shapiro is the most moderate of the plausible potential candidates if his candidacy goes
But
anywhere.
they burned his home down.
Yeah,
for not being
on the Israel,
enough.
right? He's that he's totally counter to where the energy is. So we'll have to see. But I think where the New York race is headed is pretty obvious. It's going to be Mamdani City.
Oh, it'll be a nice test case for democratic socialism.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out this time. Maybe this time. It's never worked before.
Never really been tried.
No, you haven't even tried it. We're going to find out. That's what happens. More free media right after this.